is an LGBT rights charity. This documentary will allow the viewers to know more information about the charity itself and how the charity has pushed forward the idea of homosexual lifestyle. Noria Hamadi set on her way to find more information about this taboo topic.
I had a few friends which were lesbians, but no one quite like me. I felt like I was the only real feminine lesbian, so
Same.
I did find that very difficult. There was no one for me to identify.
First of all, the modern LGBT rights movement probably started in New York in the summer of 1969. There was a bar there called the Stonewall Inn, and one evening in June in 1969, police were doing one of their regular raids on this bar. And this bar attracted people from the marginal parts of our society, so LGBT people, so lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans people, homeless people, young homeless people, even prostitutes. And they all used this bar, and it was a place that they essentially called home.
My dad, bless him, said to me one day, "We don't have a lot of money, but we've got enough to pay for you to go for electrotherapy, to have you cured." And I said, "I'm not ill, it's not a disease."
However, that said, LGBT rights and the LGBT movement and the LGBT community can trace their beginnings, their origins way back actually before the birth of Christ. We can see in the histories and in our histories of ancient Greece that gay community did exist there. They didn't self-identify as separate, so they didn't identify as gay or straight, but there were very clear instances, accepted instances of gay use that went there.
Are you going to be honest throughout your life, or are you going to tell a lie? There's no choice, really. Honesty is always the best policy.
And I feel that my generation was very much on the cusp of pushing forward a whole load of LGBT rights across the entirety of the UK.
Stonewall stands to me as a symbol of where my life went right all of a sudden.
Because one day I personally hope to be able to get married, and lots of people were talking about their rights to be able to get married, so to be able to religiously get married. And that's something that we don't currently have as a community. You have to essentially still, to today, choose between your religion and your right to marry. So it is illegal, technically, for you to have any sort of religious element inside your marriage ceremony. And this is due to the quadruple lock in legislation that stops anyone being able to get religiously married. And that's going to be one of our big barriers and one of the big things that we need to combat over the coming years.
If it wasn't for Stonewall, I wouldn't be allowed to live here.
We must also make sure that the benefits and rights that we have here in the UK spread across the world.
Yeah, there's more work to be done, and it will continue. It will have to be done, but it does get easier.